I got like no sleep tonight. It's currently like 4 in the morning. I woke up around about 2 in the morning. I went to bed around 10. Had a bad dream, but it wasn't anything too bad. This is actually the second bad dream this week, but it's. I feel like the more you get older, the more it doesn't really affect you too much. The first dream I kind of faintly remember. It was kind of like it was like I was me and somebody else. We were in this purgatory, which is more like it was more on the bad side, like it was like demonic or something. And in the first dream, this happened days ago, but it was like we were like in I'll just say like an abandoned factory. There was like very little lights, if any at all. And there were these rooms that we had to progress to get to the top, right? To the it was like to the last level. And each room started off very, in the beginning it was very simple, just like, simple, figures that you had to kind of, beat up like a video game, get tools or whatnot. And as the game progressed, it kind of like the characters became more like weird, like demonic. I don't know, not demonic in the sense of like red skin with horns and a pitchfork and a goatee or whatever. I mean like their faces were like it was very disfigured, like people. It was like their mouths were like gaped open, and their eyes were very deeply sunken in, almost to the level that is not humanly possible, and their arms were all it was like a cartoon, very very weird to look at. And but me and this other person, we did really well. But once we got to like the final level, these like angels, like archangels appeared, like Michael and the other 2 or 3 or whatever. They appeared, but they were like there to like not let us win, so they kind of like sent us back to the beginning or something, like a purgatory. And it was a really weird dream. And then today I had a dream that we had to go southward. It was me and this girl, but we weren't together. It was like GTA, where you could just like go to another character. And you had to go southward, It was kind of like, you ever read that book, The Road by Cormac McCarthy? That was like, you just have to go southward because there's like a dystopian thing going on. But it wasn't like any, it was just supernatural. It wasn't anything like we were at war or, people were starving. It was more of just like, just go southward. Nothing bad's going on. Just go southward, And what is it called? We ended up when I was driving on the main road, that was the thing you had to do. You had to stay to the main road, stick to it. Oh, when I was driving on the main road, it was pretty good. It was easy for me. Like there weren't that many cars. There were some vehicles, but everybody was just kind of heeding the warning and just like I remember when I was driving, I was like getting onto the interstate or whatever, and while I was there, I would like, what do you call it? I would shit, I already forgot. I'm still tired. But I would get on the road and I would listen to music and just kind of like get into the main road, and everything was okay. But then I switched into like, I was like spectating this lady, and she must have been like in her 40s, 30s, 40s, not like old, but she was like, fairly old, and she was like cursing God, and I'm not necessarily religious, but she was like cursing God or something, but like in a self-ironic way, like something that my brother does, where when bad things happen to her, she blames it on God, and she was blaming it on God. She was blaming it because her sister was dying or died or something, and she was really upset about that. And I guess because she wanted to like kind of get some fresh air, she didn't want to be on the main roads. She started taking the back roads with the gravel roads, but it wasn't like all desolate. There were houses, and there were like it was fine. Like if you ever driven in the countryside, you know what it's like. It's not bad or anything. And what do you call it? I'm trying to think right now. I'm super tired. But it got to a point where, like, I guess because she was so upset about that, she just kind of wanted to walk. And it was nighttime, She wanted to walk. And she started walking. Most likely the road got a little bit too forested, like maybe it wasn't that good. Maybe she just wanted to walk for a little bit. So she got out of her car. And as she continued walking, she saw like these houses that were nice houses. They weren't like wealthy people houses. They weren't like broken down countryside houses either. They were like decent houses. They had fences, and like they were like it was like a good place to raise your family. And all the lights were off, which is very common practice in the countryside because like nobody ever, comes by. It's just kind of like, just kind of like be out there, be safe, So she wasn't bothered by no, lights or anything. She saw cars. She knew it was all right, but she heard screaming. And the more that she continued walking, she kept hearing screaming, like as she passed more houses. And she got scared, so she entered the woods, which is like number one thing you shouldn't do, right? But she entered the woods, and then like she said to herself, she was like, all these characters, all these people are screaming. Why are they screaming? I mean, of course she's freaked out, but she's like, why are they screaming? And I think she thought about it, and she believed it. She was like, there's like judgment on people or something from God or whatever. And as she continued, these big like lizards came, like almost like Komodo dragons came out, and they started trying to eat her. That's what I said. Like it wasn't like a nightmare. It was just really weird. But anyway, this is the point. I got the computer to start working. Let me see. I'm trying to think because I don't know. I want to. And maybe it's the ashwagandha. I don't know what it is, to be honest. Maybe it's the ashwagandha. I have no idea. But I feel that I don't know what I might be. I need to learn from other people. So I think I might be, not uploading anymore. I don't know. Which is not a big deal at all. Like nobody really watches these videos at all. But I think I'm going to not upload anymore. It's a weird thing to say because for the last 3 years, I think, I've made videos. I've deleted a lot of them, like full-blown deleted them. But I've made videos now for about 3 years of my life. Just talking about the same doomer stuff, you know. And it was, I can't say it was good. I liked getting interaction with people. I enjoyed reading the comments every once in a while. And it was a great place to vent. This stuff's fairly common. It's, you know, but it wasn't really enjoyable. It was kind of the thing I kind of kept up because of habit, but it was also therapeutic, but it was also very just destructive, you know. And I guess you heed the warning, you know. You know, I guess this is my epilogue for this channel. You know, so I guess I'll get into it. From like my adolescent years, I really wanted to have a diary, like a place for me to like leave conversations, thoughts that I've had in the past, so I could look back on them in the future. I remember on the PlayStation 4, right? On the PlayStation 4, I used to, what do you call it? I used to like record myself talking. You know, I used to record myself talking, and with the PlayStation, I think you could only record for like 15 minutes. So I would record myself talking for, you know, however much I wanted, but I never really like did much with it, you know. And I wanted to upload them on YouTube, but I never really did it. I don't know why. I just kind of like I never did it. So a lot of those videos kind of just got deleted off of my PlayStation because I gave it to my brother, and he ended up like deleting it for storage and all that stuff, you know. And when I was around the pandemic is where I started struggling a lot. So I started making a lot of videos because that's all I, you know, really thought of. You know, it was like a place for just quick, you know, just jotting down your thoughts, you know, verbally. And I ended up again not uploading those videos, but I kept them for like years. And I didn't do much with them until I had to delete them, also for storage purposes. And then you get to 2023, where I started writing in a journal because I wanted to. I never did it really before. I never had like a journal / diary. So it was like, I'm going to start writing in here. I'm going to start writing in this journal. I'm going to start doing it. And the more I continued with that, the more I continued writing in said journal, the more I was like, maybe I should make a YouTube channel just to upload these videos. Because at the time I started watching people like DBDR and Wheat Waffles and all these Black Pill creators. And they kind of gave me like a stepping foot thing, whatever you call it, for me to kind of like, how do you call it, like for me to, you know, I was like, screw it, why not, you know. So I did that. In the first year of making videos, I mean, I was miserable. I hated my time, but like it was. These videos were pretty enjoyable for me. Like I remember, I used to back then. I used to actually have what do you call it? I used to actually have like a decent computer or laptop, and I would play games. I would play games while I would, I would play games while I would, what do you call it? Like, I'm too tired and I'm too sleepy. I'm like, brain fog. But I would play games while I would, like, talk. And I'd play Black Ops 2 Zombies and whatever, It was all a pretty good time for me, I guess. But after that, I kind of stopped playing games because I don't really play too many games to begin with. I kind of I like messing around with it. Like, I think it would be a good, like, idea to, like, give the viewers something to look at. But I don't really play too many games at this point in my life. You know, I started, what do you call it? You see, like, this is terrible. Like, too much brain fog. 16 minutes in the video. But I started to just kind of like I just simple videos just like these, just my finger on the phone camera and talking and whatever. But this is unrelated. I've for the last, I want to say, for the last like half year, really, I've wanted to get away from the black pill. Not because it's not true, but because I've never like I'm not your like, I don't hate women. I'm not that kind of guy. I just believe the black pill. I just think it's true, But I've wanted it to step away from it, not because I don't think it's true, but because I think it's unmeritocratic. There's no real purpose for, just being negative all the time. And, and I've tried things like meditation, ashwagandha that like I talked about. And these are all, petty attempts to try to quell, typical Gen Z depression or anxiety or whatever. But usually they're not too successful. Hopefully something decent happens, but then again, I don't know. And I don't know. It's been just not the best time. This is definitely a weird time in my life where I just kind of allowed. I was never like this as a kid. I was very, very outgoing and optimistic, and just a normal kid. I was very normal, and things just kind of progressed to the worse as you get older, which is fairly common. But I guess for some people, it just kind of gets worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. I'm not saying that my life is the pinnacle of a not good life. There's people who struggle a lot more, but luck and I guess lack thereof kind of plays a factor. But anyway, so for a few months I wanted to get away from the black pill. I've stopped uploading as much as I have, and really to some improvement. Again, these are not the best these aren't the best attempts to try to, what do you call it, to really progress in life. You really have to push yourself and do things you don't like feel comfortable doing. So right now, these are just like you know, these are crappy attempts, but I've been feeling a lot better, you know, but it's not such a constant thing where it's like, you know, always high. It's like it's lows and highs and lows and highs, but just the highs feel a little bit more good, I guess. You know, it's enjoyable. So I've kind of refrained from uploading videos as much as I used to in the past. Now I upload maybe like once every 2 to 3 weeks, and I think there's a sense of respect that I have, because I don't know what happened. I want to say how long. I don't know how long I'm gonna keep this video up, but I don't know what happened to the guy. But there was a long time internet buddy of mine, pen pal, I guess whatever we could call it, who I used to talk a lot to on YouTube, and out of nowhere, his entire channel just deleted. I'm barely finding out right now. It just deleted, and messages gone, comments, everything. I think his account got banned from something, and I'm kind of sad because there was no like farewell message, you know. But frankly, he did the right thing, you know. He did something that took a lot of guts, you know. And it's interesting because it's like, here I am, I'm like, I'll upload only a few times a week, and this dude's like, fuck it, I'm gone. There's a sense of like respect you have, but I don't know. I just say I don't like, what do you call that? I don't have too many people that I speak to a lot on the internet, but you know, I want to give a shout out to Much Transhumanist Rights, Copium, which is the guy I'm referring to, but he left. There was another guy that helped me with the guitar. A lot of people here who occasionally check in, they're very kind, and I don't know, I appreciate it a lot. You know, you guys have your own lives to tend to, and I understand why you don't watch every video. Shit, you know, I don't blame you at all. So yeah, I think yeah, this might be it. I might still check in every once in a while, but frankly, I think you guys got the point. I think you guys got the point. If anything, I feel upset at myself because I did nothing during these years of my life. I think, you know, it's funny because it's like I feel like there's no other individual who has wanted to change for so long yet has failed to do so for so many years. And here I am. Maybe this is the first step I really need, you know. Maybe this is the real first step that I need to, you know, to just kind of get out of this negative space. Because, you know, the way I think about it is like, how can you think positively? How can you think positively about the future when you are what do you call it? How do you think positively about the future when you live in shit? I know that's not as philosophical and wow, it's kind of like raunchy or whatever, but it's true. Like, how do you think positively about anything when all that is in your mind is like shit? Your life shit, because of your perspective and a lot of other things, like there are things that suck in life, you kind of have to get used to it. And, how can you be optimistic about a future that you're not willing to try to live for or change for? So I want to give big thanks to all the black pill YouTubers I watched and still watch every once in a while. I don't watch too many YouTubers in general. I watch like this one Hispanic dude named Anthony. He's from New York City, and I've spoken to him a few times and shit. And we both like we chop shit, just talk for a little bit. But again, I'm not very social at the moment, so I don't really care. But fuck, bro, like I might try to like shoot the shit with him again, to just talk with him and share. Or like, not only that, like my friends from my childhood, they still text me and call me and shit, and I never answer the phone because I live in shit. I live in this metaphorical shit in my head where I'm just miserable all the time because I allow myself to be miserable. Like a few days ago, my friend Anthony, he texted me. I've known this guy since I was a kid. He's been texting me every couple of days for the last years, and I never reply. I reply like once every 6 months. And he sent me like photos and videos that I didn't see, and like a couple days later, I see that he cut his leg. He cut his leg fairly bad. I mean, nothing like life-ending or altering, but he cut his leg pretty bad. And I was texting him, and it was good. It was fun. We were both, laughing and stuff. I mean, he was like telling me the cliche thing, like I need to get a PS5, and he was telling me that like my friends miss me, and like I want to go, like they want me to go talk to them and shit. He sends me like it's weird. It's like I don't talk to this guy that often, and he still sends me messages and videos of everything he does in his life. To funny videos that he finds funny, like I'm a shit friend for that. I'm a shit friend for that. And yeah, he kept like texting me and stuff, and it was he cut his leg because he was trying to chop wood with an axe, and I guess he missed, and maybe he cut himself, but it wasn't anything too bad. He had to get stitches and all that, but yeah, it was like that. And yeah. But I don't know. I want to give a shout out to Tracking DBDR. I mean, like none of these people are going to see this shit, so it doesn't really matter. I don't know. I feel almost like a bittersweetness to it, if that makes sense. It's a necessary thing that it's almost like pulling off a Band-Aid, where you're like you're just kind of like doing it slowly, and then you're like, I'll do it a little bit, let me just put it back on, and then you're just causing yourself more pain. It's best and it's easier if you just remove it now. But yeah, just again, like a big shout out to Copium. He was a real good friend. I pray to God he didn't kill himself. I'm not trying to sound like weird or anything like that, but I mean, he's gone in a second. I don't know what happened. Pray he didn't. Yeah, pray he didn't kill himself or something. Last time I heard of him, he left work. He quit his job, and I don't know. Maybe that I mean, listen, yeah, it's not easy being a NEET. It does depress you a lot. So, it's no, but I doubt that. Shout out to the guy a lot. I think what I'm gonna do from now on out is because I've really enjoyed talking to my family. I don't know if I talked about it, but a few days ago, no, maybe like a week ago, I was out with my family. Really enjoyed it. A couple of days after that, got a few computers from my cousin. Hung out with that side of the family. Again, I was shy, but it was fun. I enjoyed it. Today I played the games I downloaded with my brother Alex, and he was very enthused that I was playing Nintendo 64. I was playing Super Mario 64. But yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else to talk about. I don't know. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Hope you guys have a, amazing life. If you're struggling with anything, I hope you guys, prosper and do very well. Love you guys. If anything, I feel I want you to feel good. So this is weird. This is weird for me to. This might be my last. This will be, I think, pretty sure. This is gonna be my last video. And whatnot. So. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of you guys are gonna be like, "Who are you?" I don't know what I'm gonna do with the channel. I might just delete it. I already deleted like a lot of shit off this channel already, I think. Goodbye.